It's great. The reason it's so amazing is that you get a choice from Kansas City Steak Company of their prime ribs, which have been so popular. I mean, they have been on QVC since 1995, and you get a choice of 3 flavors. But this is the thing. In my history, and I've been presenting food for over 13 years here on the air, I never remember an assortment where you're getting 2 prime ribs. So when you break down your price, it's ridiculous. That is one of our one-day only values for the show. $163.96 for 2 prime ribs. That's 18 half-pound portions. And you can do it for 4 easy payments of $40.99 a month. Your price on this one day only is expiring at the end of the day and is not to be lower for at least another 6 months. This is another one of those rare cases where you can ship it now, and why wouldn't you want to? Because I want to eat that delicious prime rib right now. You can ship it in November or December. Before I go through flavors, I want you to say hi to Greg Shockley, who's been bringing Kansas City Steak Company to QVC for many years.
Yeah,
how
hi,
are
Sharon.
you? Hi.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. 3 flavors to choose from here. We have classic, garlic and herb, and we also have steakhouse. So before we go through those 3 flavor choices, what makes Kansas City Steak Company so special?
Well, you know what? When we came here over 20 years ago, 21 years ago to be exact, at that point we had over 60 years selling to restaurants. So, you know, we started out locally in Kansas City and grew nationally very quickly over those years. And when we came here, we wanted to bring steaks, burgers, any of our products that you couldn't get elsewhere. You couldn't get that same quality. And a lot of people say restaurant quality kind of very loosely.
Right.
These are exactly the same steaks, same prime ribs that we provide to thousands of restaurants. Some of your favorite steakhouses are out there using our products. They're just putting their name on it, which means a lot to us. I mean, that's, that's one of the cornerstones of our business
that
here.
They believe in it to say it's theirs.
They believe in it to put their name on our products. Exactly right. So now you can get those same products, and then you can enjoy this prime rib. I mean, most people really, including yourself, probably only had prime rib out maybe at a steakhouse or prime rib night.
It was a fancy occasion somewhere.
Because it's difficult, right? And it's hard to do and all that stuff.
Well, if you go to your local supermarket and you want to make prime rib, there's all this extra stuff on there that's very scary that you're paying for, and you don't really know what to do. Like, do I have to remove this? What do I do with this? Is this thing going to fall apart?
Typically.
Right. So here, what you're paying for is what you get to eat, and it's already been netted for you. So let me start with, between our 3 flavors, the classic, garlic and herb, and the steakhouse. We'll start with classic. What does that mean?
Okay, so the classic, well, while we're showing the classic, why don't we just go show what you're going to get? Because these happen to be the classic ones over here. So remember, you're getting 4 to 4.5 pounds, so up to 9 pounds of prime rib. Here's both of them right here. Now, this is the classic version, which means that we haven't pre-marinated or seasoned it, but you will get our steak and prime rib seasoning to kind of season up the outside. And what makes the prime rib really so special, in my opinion, is that great crust that forms on the outside, that kind of texture, that chewy crust that you get and kind of crispiness. And then you have, as you saw, that buttery, juicy, melt in your mouth, 100% flavor on the inside. So the classic version is not marinated, comes with the steak and prime rib seasoning that you're going to sprinkle on there. So that's the classic. Next up is our steakhouse, derived from our favorite steakhouse recipe, which is garlic and rosemary and thyme. And we do want one hint of special ingredient, which I will tell. It's ground espresso beans. And now it doesn't taste like coffee. It just gives a roasted, nutty kind of flavor.
It's so worth it.
It's been used by chefs, including myself, forever and ever. And it's one of those ingredients that most people don't disclose because it's kind of one of those, wow, what is that awesome flavor? And they would never guess that it's that. It
brings out this rich, robust. It's actually, I think, the most deep and robust of the 3 flavors. But one of the flavors that's been your most popular in many different cuts of steak across the board is your garlic and herb. And we many times don't even have that available in a prime rib.
You're right. Definitely not. So again, just like it sounds, we're not complicating it. It's garlic and herb. So it's just a hint of garlic. Remember, this is going to roast for up to about an hour and a half. We'll go into the cooking instructions in a second. So it allows that garlic to kind of mellow out and give that nutty flavor that you want from garlic without that pungency of it. And then you get some rosemary and thyme and a little bit of sage in there.
And you know what? I got to jump in because this is important.
Okay.
We have 3 ship dates, and there's some things in the show where you cannot do something immediately because it might melt during shipping in the summer, but you can do that here. But only if you're one of the next few people to jump either on the lines or get on QVC.com, because we are last call on what we can ship immediately in all 3 flavors. Fewer than a dozen in each of the choices to go around, but you can ask about the November November 7th ship date if you want to do this in November around Thanksgiving time, or you can go for December 5th if you're going to be doing this closer to the Christmas holiday. But you're not just getting one, you're getting two. They're half-pound portions, and this size, that 18 half-pound portions, this 4.5 to 4.5 pound size is your most popular size for the brand, isn't it?
Our most popular size. It just, depending on the household, we just found, for whatever reason, this happens to be our most popular size.
And if you have like a huge gathering coming, you can do one at both ends of the table if you want to do it really formal, or you can just do one at a time, or you can do one now if you're getting the immediate one just because you love prime rib and it would be nice to have. But how long would the other one stay good in the freezer for if you didn't do it right away?
A year, no problem. Okay, it's going to taste exactly the same a year from now. We make sure that we vacuum seal these and protect them so that even a year from now, so if you want to have it for this Thanksgiving and then Christmas or even Easter, or another holiday, or just have one, it's actually great to have no matter what.
I got to tell you, when I just got the bite, it wasn't even all the way in my mouth yet, and the moistness of that piece of meat, the moistness of the prime rib, because of what Kansas City Steak Company does, is second to none. This is, and I've said this before, one of the two tastiest things I have ever made in my own kitchen for the holidays. I mean, absolute bar none. And it was also one of the easiest I made for the holidays.
Right, and we're going to go into that next because that's one of the second most important things. This is one of the best prime ribs you're ever going to taste, and yes, you can make this. We wanted to make sure that the things you were talking about earlier, when you go to your grocery store, your butcher, you have bone and lots of fat, so you're paying for that, yes, and you have to do the work to get it off, and you don't want to have to do that because it's money and time, and you don't want to have to deal with that. So it's, most people find this intimidating enough to cook a prime rib. Now it's so easy. It literally is pop it in your oven, use a meat thermometer, take it out when you're supposed to, let it rest, and you're done. So let's go through page 13 of our grilling guide, which you're going to get in here. Now, it simply says, take this roast, put it in a roasting pan, put it in a preheated 375-degree oven. Okay? We can all handle that. Use a meat thermometer. This is the only key that you cannot skip. You can use any kind of meat thermometer.
It can be a cheapy one as long as it's accurate.
As long as it's accurate. About 125 degrees, take it out of the oven, let it rest.
That's also important. Don't skip that step.
Don't skip that one. Right. So that resting means just set it on your countertop, leave it on, don't pick on it, don't do anything to it. About 15 minutes.
What happens when it rests?
Just like any big cut of meat, whether it's your turkey, a chicken, a pot roast, or anything like that, it allows all those juices to really climb right back up into the prime rib.
And it continues to cook out of the oven.
And it continues to cook, right. So 125 might sound a little low to some of you, but it is going to cook up to about 140. So of course, if you do like your steaks a little bit more well done or medium well, just bring them up a few degrees, and we give you those instructions in the gourmet guide. Now, there is netting on here, so prior to serving your roast, after it's rested, use some scissors, take that netting off, and you're done.
And then
you're ready
just
to go.
Slice it up, and it's perfection. So your item number, M51244, you choose, do you want both of them to come in classic, where you season it yourself, and it comes with the seasoning? Do you want both of them to be garlic and herb? Do you want both of them to be steakhouse? You can also lock this into auto delivery, so you choose your original ship date. Do you want it now? Because I think we might just have just a couple left. Literally less than a dozen in each choice for immediately, or you choose November 7th or the week of December 5th. Then after that, if you do auto delivery, April of 2017, in time for Easter, you'll get another delivery, and then November of 2017, your final delivery, so you're prepared and ready to go for the holiday season for next year. But you're saying, like, why would I do that? Because of the price. This is a one-day only price where you're getting two 4 to 4.5 pound prime rib roasts, which I think I could count on my hand the amount of times I saw them last year. They were much harder for us to come by these last year from Kansas City Steak Company. And with already 600 gone in this show, you need to remember that this one day only price will be expiring at the end of the day, not to be lower for at least another 6 months. Should we be bringing this back? And even if we did, wait, what's 6 months from now? Is Christmas practically over by then already?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's kind of important for you to know if you're planning on doing this for November or December, to get these. And your shipping and handling is free. And that's why you want to lock it into auto delivery, because that price is expiring at the end of the day, but your price has been locked in for the rest of the year. We have got, is it Mickey from Florida who's calling us? How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, very well.
Well, I got to say, I was mistaken. I've had these every Christmas Eve for 14 years.
Is that right?
Wow.
And this price is totally phenomenal.
I agree.
What I love about it, and I don't know if you've already mentioned it, is that what you're getting is pure meat. I'm
Yes.
not paying extra for the bone.
Right. Right. And the extra stuff that you have to take
Yeah,
off when you
yeah.
get it at a
and
butcher.
So what I'm getting for the price is all meat.
Wow.
And this price to get 2 of them is just fantastic.
And which was the flavor choice you chose, Mickey?
I guess I'm traditional because I
The
like the
classic.
tradition. What I do is I change it up because for other holidays like Easter or other occasions,
Mm-hmm.
I will get one of the other flavors, particularly steakhouse.
Okay.
But for Christmas Eve, it's traditional all the way.
Just keep it old
Aw.
school.
Well, yes.
No, I was going to ask Mickey, since I already kind of told my experiences as far as cooking lots and lots of these, but I want everyone out there to hear from you. Since you've cooked these for 14 years for Christmas, can you tell everyone out there that it really is as simple as we talked about? Because that's what we want people to know. Yeah, it looks great here, and it's beautiful, and it's going to taste great, but it's really simple to cook.
It's absolutely easy. I mean, you just follow the directions and everybody is satisfied because of the size of it. The people that want the more rare will get it in the center.
That's right.
Yeah,
People
that's
that want the
that's
well
Sharon.
done, they will get the edge. And everybody already has their favorite spot. They already have their favorite.
Which spot is
And-
yours, Mickey? The center
Oh,
or the
mine's
edge?
the dead center. I like it rare, rare, rare.
You and me, honey. I'm
There you
coming over
go.
to your house. Just send me a note and I'll come.
And for ease, prior to this, 14 years ago, I was making a traditional Christmas goose. And that took a whole day off. of
I
work.
don't doubt it. I don't doubt
So
it.
this has been, I've enjoyed every Christmas Eve, both cooking and eating.
Yeah, no worries. That's
14
great.
years.
You know what? That's really the best part about it, Mickey, and I'm so glad that you brought that up, was that took an entire day to do that traditional Christmas goose. That was like all your attention, where now you can actually spend your time paying attention to your friends and family when they come over. So that's wonderful.
It is.
And it is great. And I thank you for the product. It's awesome.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
Mickey.
Mickey.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day and happy early Christmas in July.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So here's where we are. Over 1,000 are gone. In the immediate shipment, everything is sold out. Limited now in that December 5th ship date. All choices, fewer than 100 each to go around. So I want to remind you, this is not one, it's two prime ribs in the 4 to 4.5 pound size. So you'll get about 18 half-pound portions out of both of them.
That's right. Yeah, it's going to feed a lot of people, and even more. For most people, I mean, Sharon's probably not going to eat a half pound or 8 ounces of prime rib. But remember, you don't have to eat them obviously at the same time.
Right.
They're great for leftovers. You can actually freeze them after it's cooked too. But if you want to maybe have one for Thanksgiving and have one for Christmas, you can certainly do that. They're perfectly good in your freezer for over a year, no problem.
And guess what? The price will not be lower for a full 6 months. It actually breaks down to like around $82 a prime rib, which, if you know what's happening out there, is such a low price. So lock it into auto delivery. So nice to see you, my dear.
Thank you, Sharon.
We will see you soon.
Bye,
Are you
guys.
back
Thanks.
in tomorrow's show?
I am.
All right. We look forward to it. But there's more coming up in the program. Before Dan Wheeler joins me at the top of next hour in about 22 minutes, we have got, brand new from Graham and Rollins. We have their